On this episode of the Carolina Sports Guy, let's put the horse out of the misery, folks. Week 18, the review of the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It wasn't pretty. Before we get into today's content, make sure you subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. Pound that like button, hit that bell notification to be notified of future content like this on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. All right, folks, we can put this season to rest. 5-12. It's hard to believe starting out 3-0 that we would have had a worse record than last year. And I don't see any signs of progressing. In fact, I think this team regressed. Really kind of hard this year to watch the team. It was almost like seeing somebody with their hands tied behind their back, and it was kind of really, especially offensively. And as good as the defense could play at times, if we ever took a lead, the defense never can help. I don't know what anybody else is seeing, folks, but the defense never could hold anybody for any length of time other than the Arizona game that I can remember where we held them out after we took a lead. And the game started out well. Darnold looked sharp early on. They put Cam in for a play or two. Thing is, I was really upset. We go up 7-0. Tampa does get a field goal. And here we go down with another drive. And this is where true Carolina Panther fans were pissed. Because we get down to a 4th and a foot from the 1 yard line. And it's not the first time Tampa Bay's time it's on the 1 yard line before, folks, in a game. But this is the perfect time. If Matt Rule had any freaking common sense, it was the time to put Cam Newton. It would rectify an injustice done to this man. It would have sent the Matt Rule would have really gone down in Panther fans' minds as he did the right thing. That's a smart move by the coach. And let's use our common sense, folks. If you want to say, okay, Cam's overrated as a passer, or Cam doesn't have his arm anymore, that's fine if we needed a game-winning touchdown pass. But the greatest running quarterback, the quarterback who's had more rushing touchdowns than any other in NFL history, you're not going to give him a shot. And the stupid-ass comment Matt Rule makes that they've got 2 quarterbacks can run it, Sam Darnold flipped and flundered the ball and didn't even get a foot. We turned the ball over. And what happens? Tampa Bay later on drives down the field and takes a 10-7 lead right before half. The sad thing is, if Cam goes forward on 4th and goal, even if he doesn't get in, folks, he's at least getting a foot and we got a first down. And I'd like to think that Cam would have got his touchdown. I feel so bad for Cam Newton because he came back to this team. He didn't have to. He came back to help a team, and he did good with the Cardinal game. And had a couple of decent opportunities at times against Washington, But it's just seems so unfair, so unreal that Matt Rule would not let this man run it in from there. And then freaking Sam Darnold shits the bed the rest of the way. And Tom Brady was going to be Tom Brady. At first, he didn't have enough receivers, but he found his tight ends between Drake and Gronk. And our defense just got floundered and knocked around. I'm surprised we got 17 points, but my God, we gave Tampa 41. And for the first time in our 28-year, 27-year history, whatever it is, Tampa Bay has beaten us 4 in a row. Now, I'll tell you something else that really pissed me off. Tony Romo. And he's to quit doing these damn Sketcher commercials and pay attention. Because as good as he is in action, he's so inaccurate following the game. Because what does he do during the comment? I don't think anybody else pointed this out or figured it out, but I damn sure did. He made a comment that during the history of Tampa Bay and Carolina, the series, Tampa Bay leads the all-time series. Really? Because the last time I checked, Carolina, I think, leads the series a total of like 18-15 or something, 18-14, if I'm not mistaken. I'd have to check it out. Or it might be 19-14. But more or less, Carolina has beaten Tampa Bay 4 or 5 more times than they've beaten us. And remember, we started as a franchise. We started in the NFC West with San Fran and the Rams. And then we also started with New Orleans and Atlanta. When they decided to go with 32 teams, what did we do? We ended up splitting up to the NFC South. New Orleans and Atlanta goes with Carolina. We pick up Tampa Bay from the NFC Central. So we haven't played Tampa Bay as many times as we have played New Orleans and Atlanta. But we have played them. We even played them in our first year. I believe we lost to them. But my point is, folks, we own the season series against Tampa Bay. Like I said, it's either 18-12 going into the game or 19-13 or whatever. But we have like a 5 or 6 game edge. Now, we lost yesterday, so they picked up a game. But how dare Tony Romo sit there and say the all-time series and Tampa Bay leads it? What freaking drugs is he smoking? I cannot stand a commentator that is too damn lazy to do their damn homework. And that really pissed me off. But that's the disrespect this organization gets, because we are floundering, folks. It's not keep pounding anymore, it's keep floundering, because we've really looked very speculative. And when these other coaches getting fired, we're keeping Matt Rule for another year, the leash is going to be very short on Matt Rule, because this game proved it. Proved everything I thought it would be. You know, Jacksonville upsets Indianapolis the last week of the season. They're getting better. Detroit beats Green Bay, even though Aaron Rodgers only played a half. Detroit's getting better. You know, the Jets played pretty tough with Buffalo, even though they lost. A lot of these teams that were last in the division looked like they were playing better at the end of the week, the end of the season, except for us. Same floundering team. I'm not so sure we might be picking 6 in the draft. Folks, I think we're probably second or third worst team in the NFL right now. And it's going to be a lot of changes coming. Matt Rule needs to go. But we'll probably hold on to him for another year, part of the year, but his safety net's taken away. One bad step by him in training camp and preseason, he's going to be done. And this game with Tampa Bay, 41-17, you know, Tom Brady doesn't even come out. Smug how he did us. I keep looking in the stands at the Tampa Bay fans. Yeah, they're just same dumbasses 4 and 5 years ago were dressed as empty seats. You know, take someone like Tom Brady to come out. But I'll tell you, my Panther fandom does not sway. I'm a Panther fan. I'm a Panther fan diehard. Always will be, always have been. So, folks, what do you think of this season-ending game that's lost? Are you ready to move on? Are you looking forward to the draft more or free agency? Do you think we'll be much better? How much time would you give Matt Rule? Do you think we need to give some type of ceremony and farewell to Cam, since we're probably not bringing him back? And how about Sam Darnold? You ready to roll with him for one more year? And P.J. Walker, I've already heard rumors coming back. I sure don't want to see him. Leave me some comments. I love the dialogue. Pound that like button. Hit that bell notification to be notified of future videos like this on the Panthers. And by all means, folks, it's free. Help Uncle Chucky out. Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. We'll see you next time on another episode of Carolina Sports Guy.